What is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and I'm coming back to you with another updated DDD deck profile for you guys today. Now, the last one I did was in late May, I believe, mid to late May, and I've changed this deck up just a little bit for you guys. But yeah, I think the changes that I made to this deck have been wildly successful as far as making this deck even more consistent and even that much more effective as the meta has changed. So we've seen cards come and go with the Banlist. With the new support that came out, I actually ended up scrapping all that nonsense and going in a new direction with this deck. I actually saw a new card that came out recently, and I put it in this deck, and I'll show you guys when I get to the extract, but I think it flows extremely well and serves you guys extremely well with this deck. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the profile. Start off with the monster. Now, I've done quite a few DDD deck profiles for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it very short and sweet when it comes to the monster lineups. Pretty much hasn't changed too much. We played 3 Kepler, 3 Copernicus, 3 Griffin, and then, of course, the triple Swirl Slime as well. Pretty much going to be pretty standard across any DD deck profile you guys are going to see. Anyone playing anything less than 3 of all these is gravely incorrect. Just going to put that out there right now. Double Orthros for the combo, 1 Ragnarok and 1 Thomas for your pendulum scales, and then the other pendulum scales as well are going to be your Zero and your Rage and your Cerberus. So I've seen a lot of deck profiles as well where people are starting to cut these 2 cards because the claim is that these are only really effective when to make Kepler a 1-card combo, which I very much disagree. I mean, Rage has a lot of really applicable effects besides just being a scale. For Kepler, it actually has a lot of really cool effects. It has an OTK type of effect where it can immediately increase attack to 4,000, preventing your opponent from hand trapping you. So it has a lot of applicable effects if you know how to play it. And then Cerberus actually comes with quite a bit in order to make my Lamia a level 4, so I can synchro summon with her. Or also I can make another monster level 4, that way I can XE summon with them as well. So it just adds, these 2 are a lot more versatile than people think they are at the time. That's going to be for the pendulums. Next for the remainings, the 1-ups, we play the 1 Lamia, the 1 Vice Typhon, and the 1 Necro Slime. Not much more than that is going to be needed. What I do need is for Konami to go ahead and reprint Kepler as an ultra rare or higher, anything but a common. Come on, come on, Konami. Next we play hand traps, triple Ash, triple DD Crow, and triple Effect Veiler. So the specific reason why I decided to go with these, besides my bias toward these being the best hand traps in the game, Sword Soul, so on-field effects, including Sword Soul. This negates graveyard effects, or doesn't negate, but it gets rid of graveyard targets and negates anything special summon from the that would be moved from the main deck, essentially. So that pretty much covers everything, but these are also fantastic segues for another of the new cards I added into the spell lineup, which we're going to be tackling next. For the spell cards, guys, we play 3 of the Gate, 1 Swamp King, and then 1 Contract with Patent License for the Dark Contract. So again, I've already explained these already multiple times, so there's really not much more to get into it. Searches DDD, lets you fusion, lets you get start from the graveyard. It is also a Floodgate. So all the Dark Contract's gonna need. I actually stopped playing this for a little bit, but I decided to put it back in because I actually found it to be extremely useful in the combo. And worst case scenario, it is still a really good Floodgate as well. For the new spell card that we started playing is 3 copies of Small World. Small World is a phenomenal addition to this deck, and this I am going to go ahead and spend some time on, because every time I read this card, each and every single time I read this card, I have to reread it and then reread it and then reread it because it's so good. The fact that it has almost no restrictions whatsoever, and all the DD cards are so easily accessible with all these hand traps as well. And that's pretty much why playing cards like Effect Veiler, DD Crow, and Ash Blossom are so insanely effective, because they have such great synergy with a Small World as well. So DD Crow is your main middle ground, going from DD to DD card, because it is a dark monster, but it's a winged beast, not a fiend. It's level 1. Most of the ones you're going to be searching in level 4s or highers, unless you're going for Kepler. And it's a 100 attack, 100 defense, which no other DD card that you're going to be searching out has those stats. So DD Crow is a fantastic middle ground as well. Ash Blossom for if you're going between 2-0 attack monsters, you can go this route as well. Oh, and then Effect Veiler against level 1, which I think Effect Veiler has the least amount of viability as far as Small World, but still effective nonetheless. So I think Small World is a phenomenal addition to this deck, and pretty much guarantees, not guarantees, but it increases your chances incredibly that you're going to be opening up the Baron combo on your opening turn. So definitely an effective way. Also, if you can open up the Baron combo, there's also a second combo to summon out a brand new card that we put into the extra deck. But again, we'll get to that in just a little bit. For the last two spells that we play, I play one Called by the Grave and one 1-for-1 Called by the Grave. It's pretty much mandatory if you're going to be playing in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And then 1-for-1 because it is a free starter. So that's it for the traps. For the spells, now on to the traps. For the traps, guys, I still play two. We play one DDD Headhunt and one Dark Contract with Eternal Darkness. I still stick to my guns as far as saying that if you're not playing Contract with Eternal Darkness in your main deck, you're crazy, because this card is absolutely just bananas. This is like probably one of the most broken floodgates I've ever read that's archetype specific, and I think it's extremely valuable in the current format, especially with things like Drytron coming back into the mix, with Sword Soul still being one of the best decks out there as well. And with any type of fusion decks as well, this hurts Despia quite a bit. The only way they can get around this is if they super poly before you activate it. This way you want to chain this as soon as possible as well. That's going to be for the main deck, guys. 42 card main deck. Like I said, not going to spend too much time. But now I'll get to the spice, get to the extra deck. So, for the extra deck, guys, gonna blow past a lot of the things I've already talked about before. Triple Gilgamesh, one Wave King Caesar, one King Tail, one High King Caesar, double Deus Machinex, and one Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Sky Thunder, broken. Every single card you're playing in DDD extra deck is absolutely just nuts in and of itself. And a lot of these cards, it was surprising that they're not once per turn. So that's really beneficial of playing a anime deck, is that you're going to be getting a lot of support, and a lot of your cards are surprisingly not once per turn. So that's a lot of fun to go ahead and mess around with as well. For the fusions, I cut D-Arc. I was playing her for a little bit. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say that card still sucks. Look, I understand the point of view saying like it doesn't suck in time, because yes, it is beneficial to not lose 1,000 life points. You know, but it's not a combo piece. She's just level A, offers no protection, no negation. You just don't take effect damage. Yes, I see her value, but every single other card in my extra deck right now offers 10 times more value than D-Arc, and that's going to be my final saying on that one. Now for the Synchro Monsters, we play one Siegfried, one Baron de Fleur, and the last Synchro Monster, the Spice. We play one Psychic End Punisher. This card is absolutely ridiculous, and it feels like it should be a DDD card right off the bat. This card is extremely easy to summon. If you're able to go into Baron, you can definitely go into this. Yes, I understand that Psychic End Punisher is a level 11, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how you're going to go ahead and make this card. For these guys who have not read Psychic End Punisher, I'm going to go ahead and do it with you guys right now. So you take one tuner and 1+ non-tuner monsters, which is perfectly fine. While your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's, this Synchro Summoned card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. In general, including Nibiru, yes. This does not get tributed. Other cards you control, yes, but this is not tributed. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, target one monster you control, and one card your opponent controls, banish them. At the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference in life points between yours and your opponent's. So automatically at the end of your full combo with DDDs, you're most likely going to have 6,000 to 5,000 life points, depending on how hard you go with paying life points in your starting turn. So that means this card is already going to have, this is already a 3,500 base stat. It's at the very least going to be gaining 2,000 attack points just in the battle phase alone. You're already going to be up on advantage because this card is completely unaffected by your opponent's activated effects as long as you have the same or less life points as your opponent. So it pretty much turns off their turn from getting rid of this card on their first turn, and then your next turn, your turn 2 or turn 3 in the duel, you just completely blow them out with this card with the amount of attack points that it's going to have. And it's actually a really, really funny OTK, so essentially you can get your life points down as low as possible and then summon this, and then you can go ahead and punch for game, which I think is a lot of fun. Only thing you do have to worry about though is because Gilgamesh does lock you into DDs, and then special summoning the Orthros locks you into Fiends, and Psychic End Punisher is a non-DDD and is a psychic monster. So you are going to have to summon this before you summon Gilgamesh or special summon Orthros, but I'm going to show you guys how you do that right now. Okay guys, so in order to complete this combo, you're going to need these variation of cards, but you are going to need either a discard or to search out one of these with a Dark Contract in order to summon it, because you are going to need either a discard or to send a Dark Contract from your field to the grave to special summon out the Lamia that we're going to be sending off of Copernicus. So let's go ahead and say I don't have Griffin in hand. Perfectly fine. So you have these 3 in hand. So this is how the sequence is going to play out. You're going to activate your Dark Contract with the gate, searching out your DD Griffin. Right, now you have Griffin, Copernicus, and Swirl Slime in your hand. You're going to go ahead and activate your Swirl Slime, which allows you to fusion summon from your hand using fusion materials, again, from your hand. So you're going to fusion summon with these 2 to fusion summon out your DDD Flame King Genghis. Not High King Genghis, just regular Genghis. So next you have the Savant Copernicus in your hand, right? So you're going to activate Swirl Slime effect in the graveyard, which allows you to banish itself, right? You special summon a DD monster from your hand. Special summon Copernicus. Now you're going to activate your chain links. So because special summon a DD monster, you can activate Genghis's effect, special summon DD Griffin from your graveyard. So that's going to be chain link 1. And then Savant Copernicus is going to activate to send Lamia from your deck to the graveyard. So chain link 2 will resolve, sending Lamia to the grave, and Griffin will then special summon. When Griffin is special summoned from the graveyard, you get to go ahead and add yourself a DD card from your deck. So you go ahead and add yourself either an Orthros or any level 4 essentially will work at this point. You can go full combo, but having Orthros in your hand leads to further combos down the line. So then you're going to go ahead and activate Lamia's effect, sending Dark Contract with the gate to the graveyard to go ahead and special summon the Lamia to your side of the field. Now what we have is a level 6, 2 level 4s, and 1 level 1. What does this mean? We can put 1 plus 4 is 5, and then 5 plus 6 is 11. So Lamia gets banished because it was special summoned by her own effect. Copernicus goes to the top of your extra deck, and then DDD Genghis goes to the graveyard, and you summon out your Psychic End Punisher before you even normal summon. Then you normal summon your Orthros, and you can end it right here by synchro summoning Siegfried, but it's a terrible play if you're going to go that route, and so waste of the entire combo. So you go ahead and link off of these 2 into your Gilgamesh, and you go about your average DDD plays before summoning the Gilgamesh, so you don't get locked into anything. You're not special summoning Orthros prior to, so you're not getting locked into Fiends, and that is going to be the Psychic End Punisher combo, guys, for you. So I think with this, it's really gonna revolutionize the way DDDs are played. Honestly, this makes the deck that much more viable, to the point where I honestly say DDD are very, very still much slept on. Yes, I know one of them topped the Heart for YCS. I disagree with that build. Playing Change of Heart, I believe in the main deck as well. It's something that I would not do. But again, we live, we learn, and then we progress, we evolve, we get better. And that's essentially what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really all about. So with this combo right here and all the additional cards we have to our disposal, especially cards like Small World, adding just that much more consistency to this deck, I think that DDD could potentially be back to tier 1 status. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and quote me on that. What the hey? So that's going to be it for the DDD deck profile plus combo tutorial for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like down below, comment down below if you guys want to see any type of combo tutorials or test hands for DDD or any other decks that you guys want to see in the near future. Go ahead and let me know again in the comment section down below. If you guys did like, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one.